for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
We had a busy day.
We did.
And those of you who may be new, we actually record these the night before, and then we upload them there the next morning.
And those of you who are new, this is that's Warlanda.
Hi!
I'm YK. I don't know.
Youngest kid.
Should I start? Should you for these like videos? Should you start calling me like by my old screen name?
No, youngest kid is just and I actually do refer to him as youngest kid a lot of times.
Yeah, you do.
It's just for privacy is the only reason we do that. But God love him, he had a really busy day, and he got to go have a CT scan this morning as far as these damnable kidney stones. Yep. And so I appreciate those that were there on Robert Phoenix's Chattaria. What a good group of people.
Yeah.
And that some of them are here amongst, as far as the Podling ghost pirate ship now. So ahoy to all.
Yeah.
Ahoy, mateys. And arg.
Yeah. Arg.
Goth and pirate goes together in some weird way. It does.
It does.
But honestly, I had called my mother while kid was had went in the hospital. I was expecting an hour or more, and I had been talking to Mom maybe 10 minutes, something like that, and looked, and there he was on the sidewalk, and I thought, oh, maybe something went askew or something, because it can, Mercury's in retrograde, I think, or close to it. And he's like, it was done. You just basically almost walked in there and pretty much walked back out, didn't you?
I mean, I didn't sit there too long. I don't know how long I sat there. I wasn't looking at my phone, counting the minutes. But yeah, and the thing started buzzing. She was like, 26? 26? Because she didn't see me, and I poked my head up, and I'm like, that's me!
There's a prairie dog
back
there.
Because I was behind a bunch of plants, and I'm just poking my head up, be like, hi! I didn't actually do that. I'm just like, but I did poke my head up and be like, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Let me get up there.
And the CT scans are not, I find them fascinating, because there's all these toys that they have in the medical profession that they didn't have when I was in there.
It's this big tube. It's not really a tube. It's just a ring that you slide in.
Yeah. It's not
lay down on this bed and they slide you in.
That time, and it's been several years ago that they used the contrast dye with me. I felt better that day than I had felt in years.
Cool.
And I actually trying to find out what the hell is that. And it was some form of iodine. And I have gotten other kinds of iodine and stuff like that. And that's something I need to discuss with the, osteopath and go, hey, what is this? Is there something that is or whatever? And I think a lot of it has to do with just the weird weather and the planetary alignments and this coming eclipse. And it's just a whole lot of fuckery going on. Coffee slurping. I was low on coffee today.
You were. I don't know, this energy, it feels like you're either having a panic attack or you're vibrating or both.
There's a lot of purging going on. A lot of things are being... Well, the vibration, you think about it, what is it doing? It's sort of like sifting.
Yeah.
And so some of the stuff that people need to get out of their lives, it's bringing it to the surface so that you can see it, so you can make a decision. Do you want to keep this or not? Yeah. I don't want to keep the allergies, but they're here. And it's just... Them. So within that, even within the subconscious, there are so many things that are lurking about that control people's lives that they don't even understand. They don't know. That is that shadow self, and that's why you have to go in there and explore that. And we're blessed with wonderful therapists.
Yeah. But if you do shadow work alone, it can break your brain.
Yeah, absolutely it can. That's the reason that you have to have somebody that understands you and is competent, because there's a lot of people out there that are not. if you get a therapist and you don't resonate with that therapist, get another one. There's lots of them.
Yep. Yep.
And this is where we used to have as far as family and friends, and you don't want to burden them down all the time, and communities and different things like that. So therapy does have its place.
It does. It does.
What do you say?
Oldest kid was like, he needs a psychiatrist rather than a therapist.
He's hoping to find a Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, someone that's up to his intellect level.
Yeah. And kid, when he starts talking on some of that stuff, and it's just like, damn, I can get one of those deer in the headlight looks real quick.
And you're pretty smart.
Well, but I'm his mama. And so within that, he's going to have to, keep searching.
Mm-hmm.
I always keep searching.
Yeah.
And speaking of searches, we actually have, and we haven't had one of these for a while because everything has been so insane. But we actually have, I found a what the fuck file today.
Yeah.
I did.
And the fact that you're not telling me what.
No. And this comes from, it's called Boing Boing.
What?
Yeah, there obviously is some kind.
There's a news thing called Boing Boing?
Yes, there is. And this
Boing
is
boing.
by David.
Bonk! We just need one that does the bonk.
Yeah, really, that would be ours. It's like, we're going to make us a news organization. We're going to call it Bitch Slap. How's that?
I like bonk better.
Well, yours is a little more PC than mine. Honestly. I've not been known
Not
for my
PC,
subtlety.
it's more PG.
Well, mine is, I've never been known to be a subtle person. David Pescovitz is the writer's name, or the reporter's name.
Pestilence?
No, not Pestilence. And this was March 27th of 2024.
Okay.
And he writes, last week, a man called the sheriff's office in Stevens County, Washington, to inquire whether he would go to jail if he shot a Bigfoot.
That's a good question.
Apparently, the fellow had planned to hunt Sasquatch in the Big Meadow Lake area of Colville National Forest and didn't want to risk jail time. Generously, the fellow told police that he was only targeting male Sasquatches and wouldn't bother females of the species. Well, now, I don't know that it's that apparent which is which.
They're not that well studied, so you cannot tell what's what.
And the sheriff's office first attempted to direct the man to the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife. However, the would-be cryptid hunter informed them that state officials had already redirected him to the sheriff's office. And it says Washington has the highest number of Bigfoot encounters in the country, which prompted some counties to enact laws protecting the animals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it says, for example, the Chronicle reports that, quote, in 1969, Skamania County passed a law forbidding the harming of Sasquatch. Doing so would result in a $1,000 fine and a year in jail. The county later changed the law to state that any premeditated, willful, and wanton slaying of any such creature shall be deemed a felony, punishable by a fine not to exceed $10,000 and/or imprisonment in the county jail for a period not to exceed 5 years. And somebody, they didn't put who quoted who, says it's unclear if Stevens County has any such ordinance or law. So, I got to thinking about this, and it's like, leave it alone. Just go out there in the woods, and it's like, don't be actually hunting a Bigfoot.
Maybe the reason he wanted to hunt the Bigfoot was to be like, yeah, we got the body, it's proven.
Yeah,
But if it's dead, it could be the only one. It could be the only one.
Well, we don't think it's... There's been sightings across the, nation. So more than likely, there's not just one, but it's an extremely rare species.
Right.
So to sit there and go, yes, I've killed, one of the few, just to prove to you all that it is.
Why not just get a hunting camera and stick it to a tree?
Well, there's been people that have done that. It does not matter. I think what it is in our world today, because there's so many ways that hoaxes can occur.
Well, you can't fake metadata.
No, what's a metadata?
It's like the data that shows up. You have to do like a certain thing to see the metadata on photos or whatever, but it shows the time, the date, when it was taken, what kind of camera it was taken with, stuff like that.
Okay. So it's another advanced tracking device is what you're saying.
Kinda, yeah.
But it's just, it's one of those, even if you had the carcass, that would still be a travesty. I would rather people sit and ponder and not truly know than to have one of the creatures killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To prove what?
Right. To prove its existence, but you killed a rare thing, like you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You killed a rare species. Bully on you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, leave some mystery, some wonder, whatever like that. I don't, these things aren't hurting anybody. As far as we know, they're not. Unless they're involved in the UFO abductions, and then there's possibility on that. But anyhow,
in this one movie, he punched people's heads off.
That was a movie.
Yeah.
That was a movie. There have been very few reports of the creature being violent.
That wasn't serious.
Oh, okay. And now, have they thrown rocks and stuff at houses where people were? Yes, reportedly. But as far as
that was more of a scare tactic.
Anybody,
they're more curious.
I think they're trying to get
skittish.
I think they're trying to get people out of their territory.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're more skittish and shy around people, and yeah, I think that's just a scare tactic by them. Mm-hmm. And if they're peering through your window, yeah, that's scary as fuck, but they're curious.
I would not want. No, I have. Oh God,
that's a scary thought to see a Bigfoot face in your window.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not have one come around the side of the house when I'm out 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning smoking.
Right.
That is one of the things I'm like, oh hell no.
Oh, that's why I don't look out the window. One reason I don't look out the windows at night, because I don't want to see a big face pop up in the window.
I mean, we have deer that are they're bedding down in our front yard.
Yeah, and you see them through the windows, and sometimes that's spooky. When it's just shadows moving, it's like, oh shit, what is that? Oh, it's deer. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, raccoons will make some horrible noises.
They sound demonic.
Pigs. They do. But I don't want a Sasquatch. I want to... No, don't be calling no damn Sasquatch down on this. And that was
gotta
just...
do the call.
I'm hoping... Apparently, the things travel. The different parts of the mountains and the woods and stuff.
Do they travel in groups?
That's a good question. Thus, the calls that they're calling and searching for other ones. Mm-hmm. So we don't know if it's one of those that they are kind of sort of solitary.
I still can't believe Nana heard one.
Yeah, I know. That's God.
It's local.
It was years ago. I'm hoping it was just passing through.
Nah, it's a local. No. It's a local. It knows some of us are looking for it.
No, some of us are not looking for the Sasquatch. We do not want to see the Sasquatch. But to sit there and I mean, dude obviously was serious. That what happens if he goes out to, shoot one?
Yeah.
And it's like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Like, you got to ask the question, why would you want to?
Again, proof, looking for hard evidence. And why do you need that? Leave it alone. It's not hurting you. It's not to prove what to whom.
Well, if it hits you in the head with a rock.
Well, that wasn't it.
Then you throw a rock back at it.
It was a matter of him hunting it, because he was saying, as far as he wasn't going to kill a male one. Well,
he wasn't going to kill a female one.
Right. Yeah, my bad. The thing is, he's out there hunting this creature, and he's going to shoot before he's going to sit there and figure out whether it's male or female.
Yeah. Yeah. So either way, it's a rare species that is possibly interdimensional. We don't know for a fact if it can go invisible or not.
Right.
Because some people say that it does.
Well, like I said, there for a long time, the best example, the silverback gorillas, that they thought they were myths. Mm-hmm. Because the science.
Until they found it.
Yeah. There are all kinds of, and the arrogance of some of these, researchers and the experts who are so far up their own asses usually that they can't see, can't see anything. There's a lot of these native peoples in different countries that report seeing cryptids, or what would be considered cryptids. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was just like the little pygmy type things. I can't remember what it was, if it was in New Guinea or wherever it was, that there's the possibility that it could be some other unknown species of primate. Mm-hmm. Which, more than likely, the Sasquatch is something out of the primate family.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. It looks like it very much
reports,
could be.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say looks like it, this is alleged photos that I'm basing this off of.
And just as far as details.
Yeah.
Yes. And even there are people that think that it is Gigantopithecus. Some people say that it could not be Gigantopithecus, but whatever it is, it's usually like 7 to 9 feet tall, covered in hair. The different coverings, the color of it appears to change by region. That there have been, as far as like even Tibet or some of those things, and no, I don't think that these people that live in those mountains they know the difference between a bear and a yeti.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're red Sasquatches, like similar to red foxes and all that?
I have heard that there is a reddish brown. I have heard that there is more of a really dark or black color fur on them.
And see, that's the only ones that I thought were. I didn't hear that there were other fur colors.
Mm-hmm. Even as far as, I'm trying to remember what it was down in some of these swamp areas, that it had sort of a lighter color to it. Mm. You can't have all these people that have had these sightings.
I mean,
not all of them are smoking meth.
The alleged abominable snowman,
yeah,
is a yeti,
mm-hmm.
and it's apparently white.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about it.
Similar to the polar bears, where they're just white.
Exactly.
Because it blends into the snow and all that.
And that's why that there would be a difference in the color of the fur. Mm-hmm. That it would be regional.
Mm-hmm. That would make a lot of sense. It's like people.
Mm-hmm.
Like any other breed of animal.
Yeah. And it's like, just
cats,
respect
dogs,
the thing. Nobody
bears.
has to prove anything to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So the thought of somebody wanting to go out there to kill it just to kill it, that's kind of sickening.
I don't want anyone to harm the big feet, but I do want a good, high quality, real, verified, legitimate photo of a Bigfoot's face up close.
Well, even on that, it's... Why do people feel the need to prove something? And it's just like with any of the paranormal experiences, they want proof. Well, this is of a interdimensional experience. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get proof with instruments from this dimension. That's kind of stupid.
It's that excitement of getting that validation.
Well, people need to get over the need for other people to validate their experience, and they need to learn to validate their own experiences.
No, for yourself. Like, yeah. I would want to catch a high quality photo so I could stare at it and be like, I actually saw this.
And that's always the thing, because the rational brain that has been indoctrinated, when you do have a paranormal experience, after a period of time, you start to gaslight yourself.
Right. But if you have that evidence there, you cannot gaslight yourself, because it's like, no, I have tangible evidence here. This actually happened.
Well, and part of this is cultural, because other cultures do not they don't sit and mind fuck themselves the way that we do.
But they don't got the same governments that we do either, that have just completely screwed us into the ground for years.
But it's one of those that, because the science, there was a time when Western society and Western culture was not like this. But the science, that Milgram experiment, it's like, oh, well, where is the proof? The empirical evidence says, and it's like the statistics and blah, blah, blah. Therein lies your lies. A lot of times. Mm-hmm. And that these people have become so closed-minded that if it bit them on the ass, they still wouldn't believe it.
Right.
And so because we have adopted that way of thinking, then when you do have somebody that comes in with a paranormal experience or a cryptid sighting or anything like that, because the whole damn society has been brainwashed, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. and then they're looked at like, like they're purple. And it makes them feel ostracized. Mm-hmm. But you've got other cultures, they don't do that. That they'll sit there and they'll go, okay, yes, you don't go there anymore, because there's probably, don't screw with that. That's, got a place that's got a hungry ghost. Do not mess with those hungry ghosts, because some of those Asian countries, they have got spirits that just, no, they will chew your face off.
Yeah. Legitimately. Mm-hmm. Like, their spirits are nasty.
Mm-hmm. They really are, and I know.
And they're I think legit Asian countries, mm-hmm. their ghosts are unlike anything else that you can see in Western society.
Well, we're calling
because they're so loud.
We're calling them ghosts, but they may be earth spirits. Yeah. There is a difference.
Well, that's what some of them say, that they're not necessarily ghosts, but they're whatever other spirits.
Right. And that's just like I would encourage people, leave the fae alone. Don't fuck with the fae.
Don't step into fairy rings.
Don't
Those
step
are traps.
into fairy rings. Yeah.
Even the fairy rings that are broken, mm-hmm. those are traps.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Don't mess with them.
Don't close it off. Don't put something there. I was a dumbass and
mm-hmm.
stepped in one.
Mm-hmm. And what has happened to you since then?
A lot of bad shit.
Mm-hmm. And the mama's sitting there going, don't fuck with the fae. Don't. You respect them. Do not do that.
Well, I apologize to them.
Well, that's a good start. Because these are beings that we have no understanding of. Same thing with the Bigfoot. Whether it's a huge monkey or whatever, leave it alone.
What was he going to plan on doing with it? Because they stink. Bigfoot allegedly stinks like rot almost.
It was just to kill it so that he could bring it out and go, see, they really are. And to sit there and go, yeah, bully for you. You killed something that's rare. Like I said, to prove it to who? I have nothing to prove to any of these people. And I've got over, really, for the most part, needing the validation of the experiences, especially the paranormal ones, that I have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's your what the fuck file. Would you kill one just to prove it to somebody?
Yeah, what would you do if you saw a Bigfoot?
Uh-huh. I mean, I would run the other way, is exactly what I'd be going. Mm-mm. My little chubby ass would be just as far as I could, I'd be booking it down through there.
Now that fight, flight, or freeze, that freeze would kick in and I would be shitting a brick and then some.
Maybe we need to add that to that category. Fight, flight, freeze, or shit yourself.
Fight, flight, freeze, or shit, damn. Shit a blue bean and then a brick and then some.
Oh, I saw a cat do that once. It was horrifying.
Should a brick?
No, well, close to it.
Should have been.
Just so it can happen. That is an option. It just doesn't sound as good within their little paradigm.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on this kid.
What would you do? Would you laugh, cry, or shit? Oh. Would you fight? Would you fight, flight, freeze, or shit?
Yeah.
What would you do? Or would you piss? Just piss.
Oh my God.
Why not both? Why not piss and shit at the same time?
Sure. Why does it have to be just one? How about all of the above? Always keep your options open.
That's like the fucking thing on it's both on Twitter and on TikTok. It's when something's so funny. It's like I'm crying, I'm screaming, I'm vomiting.
Oh God.
I'm shitting. I'm shitting. It has just blown them out of the water.
How about just respect other beings?
Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm sorry for this nastiness this morning. I really am, but this is
people just waking up.
Bathroom
and it's like,
humor.
oh my God. Well, anybody who's been on our ship for a while, they know.
On our ship for a while.
Our ship for a while, our ghost pirate ship. They know it's like they never know what's going.
Y'all expect
because this is it. This is us. We're like this 24/7. Mm-hmm. I'm a Leo.
And we need a
He's
good
Leo
laugh.
rising.
Huh?
I told him, I'm a Leo. You're a Leo rising.
Yeah. And we need laughter right now.
Oh, God, yes. Mm-hmm. And I got 2 different types of coffee today. Within my different. But yeah, I was low on caffeine today. It was not fun. Mm-hmm. And I hate it. So, if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids.
Big feet.
Yeah. Don't hurt the big feet.
Don't hurt the big feet.
Leave them be. Respect them.
If someone was able to catch a face beside the moon, why have they not been able to get a good photo of Bigfoot?
Well, that's the thing, and that's what it's like every time there's some kind of footage that it looks like it's been shot with a potato.
Well, that's because it does something, like you can have a good camera, but ghosts, they don't do well with, they mess up digital cameras and stuff like that.
If it is some kind of interdimensional being or whatever, then that may be very much why there's always blurry footage.
But if it's an interdimensional being, where does it go?
Another dimension.
Yeah, but what is that other dimension?
We don't know.
Do we get to know at some point?
At some point, yeah. Yeah. But just be happy with a mystery. It's like puzzles. A lot of this stuff is puzzles because God knows that we're easily bored and we need to amuse ourselves.
Except they ain't puzzles. They're puzzles without solutions.
I know every puzzle's got a solution. It's just people need to be patient. And they're not good at being patient.
That's true. That's true.
So,
you can
email us, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and I'll put the link to the article in the description box.
Yeah, and if y'all like the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button, even though it don't do much, but it likes the affection. Daily videos, daily notifications of videos. Thank you all for joining us. And have a good.
Oh, know that you're loved. Mm-hmm. Remember to treat other people the way you would like to be treated.
Yes.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.